What's up, this Neek Bucks, the East Guard, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
They take a red light, yeah. Cuff up it, they catch me at the red light, yeah. I hope I got my bread right.
All right, y'all, so we got a very special person in the building, Neek Bucks, jumping off the porch with us today.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I'm good, I feel amazing. I'm happy to finally be here. You know?
We are super excited to have you. So while you're in Atlanta, what have you been up to?
I've been chilling, I've just been working. I'm out here for a day only. So, you know, I came out here to just promote my project and shit like that. Went to different radio stations, interviews, you know, just covering everything.
Wow, so you managed to do all these press runs within a day?
Yeah, I probably did, I want to say like 10, 11 in 2 days. Yeah, probably like 10 platforms. Yeah, I got here yesterday, and yeah, this probably like my 10th thing doing, 10, 11, something like that. I lost count.
Wow, so overall, how do you feel about the new year?
Man, I feel good. It's a new year, new energy. You know, I'm vibrating high. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm excited about this new year. I'm dropping my project this year. So, you know.
And your project is executive produced by Hitmaka.
Yep.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah, you know, Hitmaka, one of the hardest working producers in the game. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad he was able to come put his touch on this project, and shit about to be crazy.
Now, with the producers that you work with, what would you say really made you want to just stick it out with Hitmaka?
It was something new. You know, it was something new. I never worked with a producer of his caliber, you know, his status and everything he's done. I've never worked with nobody like that, you know what I'm saying? And it was something new. I just want to see where my sound could go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I do want to take it back a little bit. I already know that you're from East Harlem.
Yep.
I did watch the interview. You talked about the diversity that is within East Harlem. So from your experience, talk about what it was like for you growing up there.
Growing up in East Harlem is, you know, to me, the best thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? When people think about Harlem, they think about the west side of Harlem only. They don't know that it's a whole nother side over there.
That's what I was gonna say. I never heard about the east side of Harlem before.
You see? Now, like me being a spokesman, you know what I mean, and being from there, I always get on these platforms, and I gotta let people know, cause you know I wear this east side shit with pride. So you know, yeah, we more of a project-based area. So the west side of Harlem, it got projects, but they more like side blocks and cut blocks and shit like that. We more of projects. We all bunched up in like one area and shit. So yeah, you know, everybody know each other over there. Everybody went to school with each other. You know what I mean? Everybody mother know each other mothers, and you know.
Now, with you growing up, well, actually with your career popping off and you being from East Harlem, is there any other rappers that are coming up too, or are you like the main one? Yeah,
nah, it's a bunch of East Side rappers, and you know, I'm glad you asked me that, because I want to shed light on, you know, my side of town. You got, you know, the Riders, Ditta, Pop Lottie, One Shot Deals. You got D Cash, really, it's a bunch of people. There's so many people I can sit up here and name, but we definitely got a movement over there, you know what I'm saying? And we coming.
Now, looking back into your career over the years, what would you say were like some major lessons that you've had to learn with the music stuff?
You know, just being able to reinvent myself, stay true to myself, you know, stay down, don't get discouraged. You know, music always change.
Right.
I'm more the kind of like real rap, you know what I mean? I'm in the middle of the youth and the OGs, you get what I'm saying? So just, you know, being able to reinvent and stay in the mix and stay in the loop.
Now, I know like you probably had to talk about drill a lot, but you did mention staying true to yourself. And you know, like the type of rap that you rap, not everybody can do that. So you know, the biggest thing right now, of course, is drill. So I do want you to touch on like the importance of staying true to yourself no matter what is trending with music.
I mean, yeah, you definitely got to stay true to yourself. Just because you don't do drill, the type of music that these youngins do, don't mean you can't impact their life. You know what I'm saying? So me not being able to, I ain't gonna say I'm not able to do it, because I could do it if I want to, but me not stepping in that lane don't change the relationship I have with that genre or that lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, the young boys still fuck with me. They still want to jump on the shit I got going on, pause. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm here with it.
Right.
I'm here with it. This is what they love me for.
An interesting fact that I did get from one of your interviews was that you used to roll around with your dad when he used to sell old school CDs.
Yeah.
So talk about that experience for you as a youngin.
I mean, yeah, when I was a kid, probably like 4 or 5 years old, my dad, used to take me everywhere. Him and my mom wasn't together, so, me going over there with him for the weekend, we would bond over him selling music. So I got firsthand to get to see my pops hustle first. Forget music. I seen him be a hustler, you know what I mean, and stole out of me. And then the music came after that. So, them experiences was great. I learned a lot from him, just spending all that time with him. You know what I mean, how to be a man, a hustler, a provider, you know what I mean? And that's why I got my first love for music type shit.
Wow, that's so freaking dope.
Yeah.
Was there, okay, so with the old school CDs, was it just like R&B? Was it strictly hip hop?
Nah, it was R&B. He sold straight old music, straight oldies, like
Really?
no hip hop, no rap, no none of that shit.
Dang. Okay, so do you think you would ever make like, of course like a rap album, but it's gonna have a lot of love up in there, like some R&B samples and shit like that?
Nah, that's my favorite kind of vibe. I be on that. That's what I listen to. That's my vibe. I don't listen to rap. I don't like listening to rappers. A lot of niggas be lying and shit like that. I don't be trying to feed my mind with that cap. You know what I'm saying? So I know R&B, they not lying. They talking about love. They talking about real shit, like real experiences. So I just love that kind of music and shit more than rap. So hell yeah, to answer your question, I want to do a whole R&B vibe album type shit. Like,
look, I said this.
Yeah.
I said it's time for the guys to start rapping about. We need romance rap again.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we need.
Niggas too tough, right? I be saying about these niggas. Everybody too tough. Everybody too gangster and shit.
No, but you can pop it off though. Like,
Yeah, I am. See, I am. I'm saying it right here. I am.
Period. Now, just going back, at what age would you say that you officially jumped off the porch?
I want to say, honestly, 12. 12 years old is when I first jumped off the porch and, start getting involved in activities, you know what I'm saying, and being around the wrong crowd, learning from my mistakes. Looking back at it now, learning from my mistakes type shit. But yeah, 12. It's when I seen everything. I think I lost my virginity at that age. Like, yeah, 12 for sure.
Oh, wow. So at your young age, did you ever think that music would be such a big part of your life as far as you pursuing the career in music?
I knew I was interested, but I didn't know that this was gonna be, what I wanted to do. I was interested, but I ain't know what the fuck I wanted to do, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I ain't really have I ain't think that far. I know, when you young, you don't think that far. You just know you want to get you some money and shit like that.
Right.
But I ain't know it was gonna be rap,
Did you ever have like a little interest out of anything outside of music?
Yeah, basketball. I think that's, the typical dream.
Yeah. Were you playing
a young-
basketball in school?
Yeah, I was. I wasn't all that, but I
At least
played
you
and shit.
can't admit that you know.
Hell yeah. I started on my high school team before and shit like that, but
Right.
I was like a good, I played defense and shit. I was a good like role player. I always had a soldier mentality. Like I was always a soldier, even on the court. You know what I'm saying? I might not be the guy, but I know my role. And that's important. That's one thing I learned from basketball was just how to play my role, you know what I mean?
Now, earlier you mentioned that you jumped off the porch at 12. So, jumping off the porch and really like figuring life out on your own at a young age like that, was there any unlearning that you had to do once you got older?
So when I say jump off the porch, I don't mean I went into the world and tried to figure out life. I always had my parents and shit and my life and shit like that. But 12, when I say 12, that's me going outside and really, getting some, you finally get some pussy, you poking your, you know what I mean? You getting that little shit. But I want to say I figured life out on my own. I left the crib probably when I was like 17.
17,
Yeah,
okay.
I left the crib and shit like that and just, went from crib to crib, you know what I mean? And just really was out on my own, taking care of myself, not really asking for money no more and shit like that, yeah. So.
Now, with your career, what did your grind look like in your earlier days of just getting started?
You said my what? My grind? I want to say when I first started this shit, I was real like kind of consistent. When I started music, I used to push it out like every day. Every 2-3 days, I used to record a video, drop a video. I had my own personal cameraman. We used to work closely together and shit. So for me, it was just fun. Like, yo, let's just shoot a video. You got the camera, bro. Let's work with this shit. And I just dropped so much shit that eventually people just was catching on to what I had going on and shit.
Now, what would you say really sparked your consistency like that in the beginning?
It was something that I loved to do. I was enjoying that shit. It was like, it wasn't no thought to it. It wasn't like, yo, let me do this shit to get on. It was just more like I was having fun doing that shit. I enjoyed, you know, selling my little crack, my little weed, making a few dollars and getting on the train and going to pay for the studio. It just felt like a responsibility, I don't know. And
yeah.
I just fell in love with that grind, just doing that shit and getting the results, so.
When do you feel like the consistency kind of, I don't want to say fall off, but more so it kind of, you know, kind of took a pause a little bit?
What?
As far as your consistency with dropping music like every day?
The business part, you know, that shit always, you know, when you get too involved with the business part, that shit it kind of make you lose like a little love and taste for this shit. It takes the art
out of it.
Yeah, because it's like now you made it to this point where people are willing to pay for your shit. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, you just being so strategic on how you drop. You want to make sure you're giving them the best product. You know what I mean? It's like, I always take it back to the streets and shit. You know, when you got the best shit on the block, you know what I mean? People gonna come for that. So you just being more strategic and, you know, you take your foot off the gas a little bit just to make sure that product is good. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's when the consistency stopped, when it turned to business.
Have you had to deal with a lot of politics throughout your career?
Not that I know of. Probably behind my back. I think I always came off as I was already polished and had it going on. So
yeah.
A lot of people like never really gave me the help and looks that they were supposed to give me. You know what I'm saying? Because I always looked like I had it going on and shit like that. But politics, probably not that I know of.
Right.
Probably shit happening that I don't know about. But nah, not personally.
How many no's would you say you had to hear with your career?
I still hear no. Like, I still hear no. You always gonna hear no.
Right.
So I don't really have an answer. I've been hearing no my whole shit. Like, you always gonna hear no, you know what I'm saying? Until they start saying yes. It's gonna come a point in time where it's not gonna be no, but I still hear no. We still in full grind mode.
Now, do you feel like you get your proper recognition when it comes to your music?
Hell no. I'm
not gonna lie, like when I went through your catalog, I had to go deep diving through your catalog. When I went through your catalog, I was like, damn, like, you know?
For me, I'm sorry to cut you off. For me, it's something that like people not gonna understand really till later. Like I'm talking some shit. Like I'm really like dropping some shit on you if you listen. You get what I'm saying? And this day, niggas don't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? But I think as I keep going and when more people catch, they're gonna be like, oh shit, where the fuck you been? Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, hell no, not yet. I don't get that credit I deserve, but it's definitely coming. I'm one of them ones.
Yeah, you know what? You're so right. Like, you know, I think we're in an era where we're taking in a lot of content, like we're taking in a lot of different artists. It's just a lot. It could be a little overwhelming a little bit. But like you said, I feel like it's literally, honestly, I see it coming real soon. I see your recognition coming real soon.
Yeah, thank you.
No, you're welcome.
For sure.
So I do know that you did have to go through a headshot being shot in your head.
Yeah.
So with that situation, did it change your perspective on life?
Yeah, you know, it made me take life more serious. You know what I'm saying? At the time I was young. When you young and you shit like that, you don't really like. It don't really dawn on you. You know what I'm saying? How important life is and shit like that, and how blessed I am. You know what I mean? So now these days, like as me being an adult, I don't take life for granted. I know I could have lost my life years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I value this shit. Word, definitely.
And your niece that is on your chain, you know, I mentioned earlier, I was like, oh my God, she's so pretty. What was the significance with that chain in specific?
My niece, she passed away from cancer and shit like that. You know what I mean? She's younger than me. That was like it's my heart. That's my youngin'. You know how you got like your little brothers and your little sisters and they kind of keep you in the loop and shit like that? Like, that's what that was for me. You know what I'm saying? So I just keep her everywhere I go, just, you know, for the memories and shit like that.
Right. Well, I'm glad that you're pushing through though.
Hell yeah, nah, for sure.
And you know what? Speaking of cancer, like I was going back and doing some research and they were talking about how like colon cancer was gonna be the one to like wipe like the younger generation because of the food we eat.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was so off topic, but.
Nah, yeah. Nah, that's a good topic though, you know?
Yeah.
That's good to talk about because we definitely got to spread taking care of yourself. You know, everybody on drugs, everybody high, everybody on lean, everybody on perks and shit. Everybody smoking weed, everybody just in the matrix on Instagram. People be forgetting to take care of themselves.
Damn.
That shit true though, that we that shit gonna wipe us out because niggas don't go to the doctor. I'm on my block, it's 4, 5, 6 niggas that ain't go to the doctor in 2 years. You get what I'm saying? Like, they don't know what's wrong with them.
Yeah.
And nobody take care of themselves these days. This should be real.
Damn, you just really make me think about a lot because we are really living in a matrix. Like, everything is so repetitive.
Everything is in the matrix. People don't, like, there's people who don't wash their ass every day. So you think brush their teeth. I know niggas who get up and go outside. So you think like, if you do that, you definitely not going to get yourself checked out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're not going to check on your kidneys, your liver, how your heart. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this should be real. Everybody just gone. Word.
Now, getting back into the music, I know you dropped Neighborhood Hove in 2021, and you dropped that, was it like when we were still kind of in the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
Working on a project while all of these things were going on around you, what was that like?
I actually recorded that whole project during the pandemic. Everything, all the businesses were shut down. We kind of snuck and opened the studio. We had our own studio, so we was kind of sneaking, closing the gate down.
How was y'all able to do that?
So, you know, we had the keys. You know what I mean? It is our home studio, it's ours. So, you know, we was able to go in there, close the gate down, you know what I mean? Nobody know we was in there and shit. That was like some of the best times in my life, cause
really?
We was always together. Me and the guys was always together, you know what I'm saying? All the rappers cause like I started to get the features at the end. Like when people were starting to move around a little bit, everybody would come pull up on me, and that shit was a dope ass project. Word.
And you know what I did also notice, that you don't really have a lot of features.
Yeah, nah, on that I do, but I don't fuck with features like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, the only time I get features is if it's real. I ain't one of them. Like, I ain't on no nigga hills about no feature. Like, fuck you, I'm dope. Like, I ain't, if it ain't that, we ain't doing it. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Now, this new project though, is there any feature that you could give away?
I could give away all of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you just do one because I don't want you to spoil it for the people.
All right, bet. We got Wiz Khalifa.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Did you get to smoke with Wiz?
Hell yeah, that's what we do. Hell yeah.
Now, how was that? What I want to ask, like, how did you even think to put Wiz on the project?
Cause you know, Wiz is one of the guys who you don't put him in no category really.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody fuck with Wiz, you know what I mean? And his energy is great, and that's what I thought of. I got it. The song is like vibey, is real, like, you know, uppity, and it felt good. So, you know, I had to get my boy on there.
Now, in 2022, why would you say there wasn't a project that was out?
For me? 2022 was like a bad year for me, kind of. I took a lot of losses. First of all, I started my year off on house arrest. Like, I couldn't even go out for New Year's. I was in the house, you know, with the family and stuff like that. I just needed, you know, I dropped singles, but for 2022, I just needed time to like really just get my mind right and shit and record this project that I'm about to drop. So yeah, it was just more of a, you know, rebranding thing, a rebuilding, a reset.
Now, with you taking some time out in 2022, I guess I would like to go back into as far as like your thought process and like just your strategy of how you would be like, okay, the stuff that's going on in 2022, like I'm not gonna let that happen in 2023. Yeah,
just knowing, like, you just gotta know that you want better for yourself though. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I ain't trying to be on house arrest again, you know what I mean? You gotta learn from your mistakes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Shit happened, but I just want this year to be my best year. I just want more money and success. Like, fuck the bullshit. Like, for real. Like, all that shit is irrelevant. Like, I ain't even on that. I'm trying to go up. Like, this shit real. We running out of time. No funny shit.
Damn.
Nah,
you really got me reflecting during this interview. It's kind of like I don't even want to ask questions. I just want to let your mind just like flow free of like, honestly, everything. What has been on your mind? What's everything that's been on your mind?
you know, being a better person, just being a better me, just learning how to like be kind to people and shit like that. I'm super standoffish, like I don't like, you know, I be in my own little bubble and shit like that. But I'm just learning to be more kind to people, you know what I mean? Treat people how I wanted to be treated. You know, watch what I say, you know, whatever you put out here is what you get, you know what I'm saying? And I believe I was put on the earth to be a teacher, you know what I mean? Like, so when you a teacher, you gotta watch what you teach, you know what I mean? Like, so that's the vibe I'm on right now. I'm just on bringing some real shit to the game right now with this shit been missing. From a young nigga, you know what I mean? Like, from a young nigga, like, everybody get this game from niggas who old and shit like that. No disrespect, but yeah.
But I think this generation needs, you know, people like you who are coming in to spread the realness, because like you said, we're living in a matrix. Social media has a facade behind it to where, you know, shit ain't really what it seems. But I feel like the ones that do preach the real, it always takes them a little longer. It do,
but I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. Like Nip say, it's a marathon. So I'm cool with that. As long as while I'm here, I do what I'm supposed to do. You get what I'm trying to say? All that shit gonna follow up. Like I know it's a process. I know what I'm doing is good. I know I'm doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Like when you doing the right thing, that shit catch up to you. When you doing the wrong thing, that shit catch up to you too. It go both ways. So, you know, I just continue to do me. That's it.
Now, with you being standoffish, where would you say that probably comes from? Just your personality?
Yeah, I don't like letdown. I don't like nobody to let me down. I'm pretty sure you feel that way. Everybody feel that way though. Yeah. So some people just act on it. I act on it. I don't like being let down. Really, like you put too much on somebody, you know what I mean? Like you trust somebody to be a certain kind of way and they not, it's a letdown, you know what I mean? So that's where my standoffish come from.
So what would you say it really was to where it clicked in your head? Like, you know, I gotta be a little bit nicer, I gotta be a little bit more open.
Having a kid. You know, having a child, I gotta treat my daughter how I'm gonna want her husband to treat her. You know what I'm saying?
Can you repeat that again? That was...
I gotta treat my daughter how I want her husband to treat her, you know, or whoever she deal with. It don't gotta be one person. If she deal with anybody she come across, I want them to treat her how I treat her. You know what I'm saying? So I set that standard, and that's where that kindness and shit come from. Just.
You know what? Sometimes I feel like men that do have daughters who aren't actively, like, you know, actively in their daughter's life, they don't be seeing shit like that. Like how you just said, you treat your daughter the way you would want her husband to be treated. Like that is such an important topic.
100%, yeah, for sure. You know, a lot of like social media and shit, it kind of dictate the world right now. So, you know, when your kid grow up, she's gonna have a phone, she's gonna be able to see these things. So I feel like men that got daughters, they gotta be like real on it. You get what I'm saying? And let them know that shit fake. This how somebody's supposed to treat you. This how you're supposed to carry yourself. You know what I'm saying? Get your own money. You don't need no nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your pocketbook. That's what I call my daughter. Her, like the vagina. I tell her pocketbook.
Yeah.
I don't say that's what I. But you don't use that to get no money. You know what I'm saying? That's not what that's for. You feel me? Like, and you just know your worth. I teach my daughter that for. She know her worth.
Now, you did just drop your visual 2023, so talk about it.
Yeah, that was just 2023, my last release before I dropped my album, Blessed to the Max, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just a recap. That's how I'm feeling for the year. You know, everything I'm saying on there is I'm setting the tone for my year, you get what I'm saying? Like, and that was just my last little independent, real quick drop. We pushing nothing but Blessed to the Max now. It's this project. Like, that's all I'm thinking about. Like, this shit gotta work. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm on it like that.
And you know what? The visual, I really liked it because it was, like you said, it was like a stamp of how you finna come. And I feel like it was kind of like a manifestation type of video. And you could correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm set to toe. Even if you look at the visual, it's just a recap of everything I've been doing.
Everything you've been,
Just working hard. That's all I've been doing is just working. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, that's what I showed in the video, just me working.
Now, with this new project, how long did you spend on it?
Oh yeah, this shit took a whole year.
Really?
Probably a little bit more than that. But yeah, just, you know, in and out, deleting songs, keeping songs, recording. Then it came down to this last 14. And that's what we doing.
What would you say this one means to you?
This is growth. For me, this is growth. This project for me is, you know, I was able to travel and record this shit, you know what I mean? It mean a lot to me because it just show how far I came. That's all this symbolizes, is just how far I came. And you know, I ain't banking on this to be my the one and done. Nah, I'm gonna keep going. This is just let y'all know I'm here. Like, this what we doing. This what we got going on. This shit hot. Like, for real. And we just gonna elevate from here.
And what inspirations would you say you really pulled from with this project in specific?
Myself. The inspiration for this project come from myself, for real though. Just my learning myself, the journey, this new journey I'm on. So I'm inspired. I inspire myself. Like, I ain't get no inspiration. This shit straight from me. Word.
You know what? You might need to do a little podcast or something.
You think so?
Yeah, I think you should.
Oh man.
Or like a vlog or some type of something.
I know, right? When I get on the gram and I talk real shit, I get a lot of engagement.
That's
I know a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think I could heal the world.
I think you could too.
Nah, for real though. I really mean that. I really think so. I think I could heal the world. I think if people listen and shit, I can heal the world.
Now, before we wrap up, what do you feel like your purpose is with your music career?
To be a teacher. For sure. My purpose in this shit is to be a teacher. Bring that realness, that authenticity, you know what I'm saying? Like, to show people that, you know, real people win, real people can win. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Don't lock yourself in a box. My music, different cadences, different flows. I'm singing, I'm real rapping, I'm auto-tune, I'm tapping into different lanes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just bringing versatility, I'm bringing, you know, realness, just, you know, that feel. Word.
Now, I need you to pop all your shit because February 10th is coming up.
February 17th, Blessed to the Max is dropping. The hottest shit in the world. Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all fuck with me. I'm a real nigga. Neek Bucks. Follow me on everything. I'm all over the place, all over, everywhere. February 17th, Blessed to the Max.
Take a red light, yeah. God forbid they catch me at the red light, yeah. I hope I got my bread right. And plus I hold them